Thank you so much for being here this week. This week's going to be a little bit different because normally what I try to do is hit thrift stores and resale shops, and we try to find treasures and inspiration that way, or find a way to create our ideas in more of a discounted way. This week, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take you through my process of how I get inspired or gather ideas for new projects that I'm working on for myself or with clients or friends, whatever I'm working with. But what I do is I kind of have a top-down research method. I start at really high-end shops, and there's one in particular that I always love that I get so much inspiration from, but it's a little bit out of reach. I mean, I would really have to love a piece there and consider it an investment piece because they are a little expensive. But I like to get ideas and see if I can find ways to implement it in a lower end budget, or just find ways to work around, what I'm seeing in her store. You'll see what I'm talking about. And then I also like to go to design shops and antique stores and just see how I want to put it together. So anyway, that's what we're going to do this week. It's not discount. This is really more of an inspirational shopping trip, and I'll show you where I go, and let's just get started. And then at the end, I go to a discount store and see if I can find some interesting items to fill out my idea. Anyway, let's get going. Okay, so the first place we're going to go to is a place called the Antique Room. It's a small antique shop pretty near where I live, and I constantly go by, but I don't stop in enough. So I want to see what they have going on because I've heard a lot of really nice things about this store. Let's go in and take a look. So let's go into Antique Row. I think it is such a classy and pretty entrance, and it's called Antique Row. I said Antique Room in my intro, but it's actually called Antique Row. And look at how beautiful this store is, and look at these gorgeous items that they have. Like all of the other antique stores that we've gone to, they have, each section has its own curator and own collector, and they each have their own unique vibe. But I will say that this entire store, it blends a lot better. It's not all over the place. Everything seems to have a sort of similar vibe. That's the easiest way to say it. And beautiful, beautiful pieces in really great condition. And I love the way they're pulling it together. And they have great art. And I thought this was so pretty. It's a grapevine chandelier. And I love this rustic credenza or buffet. And I just think that is so pretty against that coral wall mixed with those plates and that painting. I love how they're bringing in color. They're not afraid of color in this store, and I really love that. And these beautiful vases that you just saw there. I love this painting. I love England, and I love all the sheep, so that really speaks to me. So I just think it's really pretty. And what I love to do is, this area, I just have to stop and say, I love how they're mixing the greens and the yellows with these modern paintings. I think this is so cool. And look how they did the purple backdrop against these paintings. I just think it is so pretty. Lavender, I should say. And these lamps are good, just gorgeous. It's just very inspiring just to see how they're mixing it. And that's why I love coming in, because you can find colors that are trending, ideas that are trending, and find it in a beautiful antique. So you're going to look very unique. You're not going to see it in everyone's home. And that's why just that green lamp is so pretty. That's why I think hitting an antique store for inspiration is so important, because I like to see how they're putting it together and blending sort of older items in a fresher way, and this store is doing such a great job of it. Anyway, I love that store. The next place we're going to go to is a place called Dunbar Road. Look at that really cool mural they have on the side of the wall there, and it's such a cool entrance. This is a designer, so these are really designers, and this is their showroom. So there's not a lot to choose from, but it kind of shows the vibe. So the designer has a Cuban background, and so she's mixing sort of Cuban with traditional classic homes. She also lived in Florida, so it has that kind of a very unique vibe, and so you can see that it's more of an interior design room, showroom where they're working on projects. But it's fun to go in there and get inspired, because this designer has such a good eye, and she has such a unique outlook on things. So Dunbar Row is not to be missed if you just want to get a fresh perspective on what is going on. I love that lamp. The next store we're going to go to is called Mary Kate's. This store by far is my favorite place to go to if I'm looking for inspiration. The way this designer who runs this store owns it, it's called Mary Kate. I think her name is Mary Kate. I don't know for sure, but she has her own unique style and her own unique way of curating and designing and decorating. And it's not that she's current on the trends. I think she's sort of making a statement with her own style, and it is so beautiful the way she works with color. And you'll see that she has all sorts of textiles and textures to work with pillows and throws. Really upscale bedding if you want like a luxury bed. She has so many options. But anyways, the furniture is beautiful, and this is the place I come to when I'm starting a project and I really want to get some ideas and I really want some bold colors and a really fresh approach to, how I'm going to design. This place has always inspired me, and at Christmas time I'm going to bring you back here because it will blow you away. Every Christmas I am so knocked out how she decorates, but it's May right now, so we're going to go in and see what she's got going on for the summer, and then you're going to be just as impressed as I always am when I come into the store. So let's go. Okay, so let's go into Mary Kate's, my favorite inspirational store. This is what this gorgeous showroom looks like from the inside. You can see those beautiful pop color paintings against those like traditional furniture, and like how she's mixing wood with iron with different elements. So Mary Kate is actually a full service interior design firm. They do everything. They work with architects all the way to the install. They can do it all. And I believe she is known for her unique eye, the way she's able to curate the furniture and finding things. I think she goes from Europe, Atlanta, she goes everywhere to find her beautiful antiques and her furniture. And I think that's what makes people just love her, because she has such a way of making something traditional and blending it with eclectic and a little bit eccentric with her bold color. So it always feels traditional and timeless, but also really, really fresh. And I love the way she blends color and textiles and mixing it with wood and more traditional pieces. I always feel so good when I walk into this store that I want my home to look like this in some way, because I feel good in her store because it feels calm, and yet there's so many surprising elements and color, and there's so many treats for your eyes. Like over here with all of her textiles over here. I used to design textiles, so I am very drawn to this area and all the different beautiful linens that she has, and all the different patterns and colorways that you could go and choose and just make your home have so many different stories just by choosing all of these different colors and patterns. You could just go in so many different directions, which it changes your home. Just adding the color really just adds so much to your home. Those throws are so beautiful. I went and touched them, and they are just such high quality. But look at how all these different, like I always like to say, you can always tell a story with color and your patterns, and lead your eye around your home with just color. And these pillows and the different textures that she has, it'll do it. And I love the way she, like this beautiful luxury bedding over here. You could do a beautiful but luxury bedding by just coming into this store if that's what you want to do. But look how she's blending these traditional furniture with that modern lamp, and then this cool story she tells up here with the different the artwork and the sconces. It's just gorgeous, and that's where I get inspired. And as an artist, I love coming in to see how she's mixing in bright, really pop color paintings, and with all of this more traditional like furniture, timeless furniture, even with those wood panels. I think that is so cool. The gallery walls that she mixes are just so fun. I mean, what she mixes them with, I should say. And these beautiful paintings, they just look so great. I love this painting over here against these yellow lamps and against that the credenza there. And I love this painting. See, this is what I'm talking about, mixing those wood pieces with those pillars. It's just so beautiful. Or this painting against those window panes, mirror window panes, against this gorgeous luxury bed with this simple light. It's just very, very balanced. It's so beautiful. and timeless. And the cool tortoise, I just think he's so fun, and it's just such a grounding element. I cannot wait to bring you back here at Christmas. The way she does Christmas is amazing. It's just so inspiring. But you can just see her style, texture, color, traditional, beautiful pieces, lamps that are very timeless. She just does such a wonderful job of it all. The next stop, I just had to calm down from all of that color and textiles. I've been to this place before. It's called Sugar and Sage, but I wanted to bring you guys back again because if you're going to come to this area, you can't miss this place. It's right on Lovers alongside all of these other stores I've just shown you. It is the best place to come for pastries. They're all made in-house, fresh, and they are so good. And this is just kind of what they've got. I'm just going to do a little screenshot, but their kitchen is all right there, and it is just amazing. We come here all the time, and I have never had a bad pastry in this place. And it's a nice little comfortable area to sit and lounge, and just you can watch what they're making. And back here is a nice place you can have events, or you can just kind of lounge on cooler days. But it is a really cool place to come and just hang out. So I hope if you're in Lovers, you stop by and see them at Sugar and Sage. The last stop of the day is going to be at Walmart. After I've looked at designer stores and antique stores and have an idea of what I'm sort of looking for, if it's for a client or even myself, I like to see if I can find similar trending items at Walmart or Target or places like that, to see if they're of the similar quality. Usually they're not, but sometimes they actually are not that far apart. And if you want to budget a little bit, it's fun to come check out these stores. So I'm going to go in and see what Walmart has to offer, and I'll just take you guys with me. So let's go. Okay, so let's go into Walmart. I told you it's going to be a top-down kind of a day, but this is my process. We saw all those gorgeous things in those high-end design shops, but I wanted to find a way to see if there was anything at Walmart that was in the similar vibe that we could do something with. I like these prints, and I think they were only $13, but if you took them out of those plastic frames, maybe found some gold frames at a thrift store or even an antique shop, you could really do something with those if you were doing a gallery wall. I thought they were cool. I also like these little frames over here. I think they were around $8, $9, and you could, if you were on a budget, you could really make those look higher end. These I thought were an amazing deal. These matted frames, they're already matted for you. You could even just take prints out of a magazine and put them in there and make it look really neat. And I love these pillows. I didn't think they were bad. I thought you could do a really nice story with these blue ones here. And they were not bad. You could really do something with them. So I saw quite a few that I liked. Lamps, I love getting these round lamp shades. I always need some, and these were in good condition and not pricey at all. So I'm going to remember that. And they also had a few lamps that I liked. I thought this was really cool. And I also loved another one over here. These are, I think, really nice. You could fit those in anywhere. And I saw, there's a little one up here that I thought was kind of cute. I see so many people putting lamps in a kitchen, and I thought that would be kind of cute. I also like this section. I am interested in redoing my entryway. It's looking a little bland, so I'm going to come check those out. These are a blast. If you're having a party, I think these are like $1. You can just come and put these all over your house or your backyard, and they're $1. I just do not think you can go wrong. These used to be in bodegas all around New York, so I'm glad to find them here. Always need these little, candles. I love the electric ones for outdoors or just whatever you're doing. So, and I like these. Just put them around. They're not expensive in your backyard for a party or whenever. And I also think they have good rugs, like especially for like a kitchen or like, a mudroom coming in or something where you just, you're going to spill some things on it. You want to throw it in the wash. I think they have a pretty good selection. So I'm going to come back and see if I can find one. This one really caught my eye. I thought I was going to put it in my kitchen. I'm going to come back and measure my space and come back. I also thought this was really nice. Just if you wanted a rug that you've got pets, you've got kids, that would not be bad. I love these baskets. I see these everywhere. I thought these were a really great quality. I think they were, $25. These are a nice quality. So I might come back and pick up a few of those, and also just throws. We see these like kind of ecru cream throws everywhere. And I thought these were cool for an end table. They're $66, and I thought if you wanted to save a little bit, they don't look too bad to me. I thought these were cute. I didn't see much furniture, but those did catch my eye. You could do a lot with those. Put a bright colored lamp on it and some artwork around it. It would be beautiful. I just thought this was cute for around the pool. If you had like a guest room, you want to put towels in there for your guests, something like this. In their garden section, I should say, these were pretty fun. I thought for the right home, you could do something with them. I like more of a, this kind of monochrome kind of look here, but I love those bamboo ones. I love these. And I've seen similar, so expensive at Pottery Barn and all of that. I love these green low ones. You could really find a beautiful, pots here. And I actually got those bubble pots right up there. So you could do really well coming here. Thank you so much for watching and coming shopping with me today. I hope you enjoyed the stores we went to, and I hope you go to some of them. I'm going to include all the addresses in the description below, except for Walmart. They'll be the same anywhere, but I really do hope that you go to some of these stores because it's in a really fun area of Dallas. It's on Lovers Lane, where there's a lot of other design shops, and you can find a lot of interesting stores down in this area that I'm going to keep exploring for you guys. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you the next time.